All right. What's up, everybody? How's it going? That's right. I need to set up my pages. That's right. Bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour. I was gonna try and go live on TikTok too, but phone's gotta update. Uh, Good times always have to start once I pull on the interstate. Yeah. Well, hey, be happy that I'm actually starting at a halfway decent time right now. Usually I'm uh, I'm starting at a very late time. So, sound and visuals are great. Good to hear. Yeah, I set up um, I set up OBS on this so I can utilize some more coverage on it. By the way, for you guys that are on the 3D Printing for Noobs group, if you want, above the video, there's a link to StreamYards. You basically click it, click allow, and that'll let me see your name, well, on the chat that's right here. You don't have to do it, but that way I can at least see your name, because right now it just says Facebook user says hello everyone, and that's everybody that doesn't have that on there. But I'm gonna pull up my page anyways, just so I can have you guys on there. Yeah, I finally set up OBS to have it where um, you can basically like use the camera for it. Let's go to. Well, that was annoying. What was annoying me? There we go. Bonjour, bonjour. What's up, Clint? What's up, Eric? How's it going, guys? There we go. Now I can see people's names. Jason B483. Jason B. Why does that name sound familiar? I think your name is the same on TikTok, if I'm not mistaken. Um, oh, the StreamYard thing. Well, since we're all here, you guys can check out the intro. I mean, I've had the intro for a while, and yeah, let's check it out. There we go. That's much better. I think I need a longer one. I want like an intro version of that. Um, but yeah. Wow, 12 people on already. So I'm trying to hide a printer behind me, so I can't really show it off because I'm not supposed to. But I'm just saying things happen on live streams, so but I'm gonna try and keep it hidden. And so far, I'm doing a very good job actually. I'm quite proud of myself. So let's see here, classy. Oh my God, it's Jason Bourne. Because you're sending it to me, it is far too large to send it to anybody, unless you're local. Because that box right there is the one that it came in, and that is ridiculous. Like it's almost the size of this thing. And yes, it is a resin printer. So, um, but no, that that one I'm probably gonna end up keeping because I have a feeling it's gonna be a good one. So I also used to hang with you and Steve on Facebook back in the day. Huh, Jason, Jason. I've met so many people, and I'm just like, I'm blanking right now. I feel terrible. And I've live streamed with so many other people, so but thanks for stopping in. I do have the ability to add people in the stream, so I'm a nobody. Nobody's a nobody. Technically, I'm a nobody in this industry, but I'm here. So, any idea when they will be releasing Mega, as they are on pre-orders at minimum bought one though? So last I heard they were sending out the Uncle Jesse units, which were the last of the pre-orders. I don't remember if they fulfilled them or not. But then this past week, I guess there's a huge outbreak of the coronavirus over in Shenzhen and Guangdong, basically the industrial side of China. Um, there was a major outbreak, and they shut down all operations for this week. So basically, China manufacturing is shut down for a week. Everybody is quarantined. They were told to be sent home. So everything's going to be pushed back for another week. So you probably won't see or hear anything about it until then. So that's another thing you gotta just be weary of. So I bought one last week. I think it was on their website. The shipping was $500 though. Yeah, hopefully that includes like everything, because like I was telling everybody originally, the price was around 2,200 US dollars shipped to your door, and that seems to be pretty consistent with the reports that I've gotten, and that's worldwide. Um, but I know with production and everything, everybody's raising their prices. So that's the other issue is they just raised the price of the Mega about $300, I think it was. So so you bought it just in time because now I think it's at almost $2,000. I think it's at 1999. So no, it is not the FL Sun that's behind me. No. I don't know if I'll get one of those. Just because I got a lot of backlog I need to do, and this one I only took in because, well, it's something that nobody else has currently. So, what's up, Dean? How's it going? Still have to pay import tax. Ah, Jesus. See, and you guys get jammed on that. That VAT tax is killer. So you're probably, I think last I heard, it's probably another $300 to $400. But still, you're coming in under competition wise in terms of like the Piapoli Phenom. I think that's like 2,600, and this is a far better quality machine. So, is it worth 2K though? Yes and no. The machine itself, I think, is built a little cheaply. But I mean, it's cheaply, but it's still robust cheaply, if that makes any sense. So it's like tipping on the edge of being like a solid machine to where it's feels like a solid machine, but you can tell it's still cheaply built. I have not really had any issues that I have not had that weren't my own. I do suggest getting with Mach 5 and getting a screen protector. I highly, highly suggest that when you're going to machines this big. I worked vigorously with Mach 5 to get a screen protector out there for people, but yes, I would say in terms of what you are printing with it, if you're doing like cosplay and things like that and helmets, because You can't do a full-size helmet. You can't even do a kid's full-size helmet on there. But you can do a half and half, and that'll be good enough. So I would definitely try and utilize it for that to get your money's worth out of it. Because I've only printed a handful of big things, but it is nice to have a large build volume. So, like, if I wanted to pick up a Loot Studios package, I can literally like throw a good portion of the package on that build plate and be good. So the screen protector, obviously, it protects the LCD screen, and what that'll do is it'll help from any failures that you have. Like right now, I have a FEP that's failed. I know it. I'm still printing on it. Yes, you can still do that. You have to clean the screen now, so that's the only crappy thing about it. But I know there's a tear in it, and I can even show you the model that I have printed on there right now. This model I don't know if you guys can see that, but that little tiny model right there. There's 28 of those little models on that build plate, and that one, like the head is basically ripped off of it, and that's right where the FEP has failed. And I only know that because I just swapped colors, and I was like, "What's the deal with this? Why is it when I was pulling up a vat clean function that it was basically failing in that section?" And then I looked at it and I was like, "Okay, there's obviously a puncture in the FEP." Well, I don't have anywhere that I can order FEP at the moment. I might even try and reach out to Frozen and see if they can send me an extra FEP, um, and kind of go from there. If not, I'll have to order some from I think it's McMaster Car, and just order a giant sheet of it, and just bite my tongue and spend the $200 or whatever for it. Because I mean, for me, that's something that I can see as is a write off for me because I have so many resin printers. So, what's up, Tactile? How's it going? The Orion's Enigma. What's up, buddy? Thanks for the people being on the Twitch. I haven't really done much on the Twitch side, so it's nice to see people come through. Zhao, would it be the 5-axis 3D printing I've seen on Hackaday? It is not. How's the GK1 printer? It is very good. Do you have a GK1? Now, I will say the last print I had on there was a complete failure, but that's probably my fault because I went to go set it up in the slicer that the GK1 has, and I didn't like it because it had supports on the interior of the model because it's a hollow base. So I was like, okay, I can't really get rid of them on the interior. There's no way to do it in the slicer that I've seen. Maybe there is. I just have to take a look at it. But I have not seen anything, and so I went into Shitubox, set up some settings, did some medium supports, and then threw it in the GK1 just to slice it. Threw it in a GK1 slicer just to slice it, put it on a machine, and it epically failed. So I'll have to take a look at that again and see if I can do that. Plus, I need to check to see if I have enough resin in there. I don't know if I do. I might have to open some of this focus resin finally. I got so much resin. Like, look at that. That's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 bottles of resin right there alone. 8, 8, which is right there. That brown box right here with the red label. Then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. At least 15 bottles I can see. I'm sure there's more on the floor that I'm not looking at. Oh, 16, 17. Yeah, because I already did those. So, You do not have a GK1. Okay, so I do need to finish up the reviews. I plan on doing a lot of work tomorrow because I decided to take Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off. So I'm going to finally finish the review for this, which is the Frozen Sonic Mini 8K. So we'll finish the review on that. Then the GK1 will finish. I think I'll probably put out the GK1 first, just because I technically I had that one first, and I've been needing to do it just to get it moving along. And then we'll the next week I'll do them all on the same day, but it'll be one will be released 1 week after each other, so I'm not tripping over views and everything like that because the whole YouTube algorithm you don't want to trip on views on that. You don't want to be tripping, bro. So, but no, it is not the 5-axis printer. I did see that today. The thought process behind it is very interesting. I just don't think it is a viable solution for what we need right now. I think it's going to cause more problems than what it's worth, to be in all honesty. At that point in time, you probably are better off just switching to a resin printer, just because everything is going to be much better for you. Um, what size is the new printer you're hiding? It's a larger printer, larger than well, larger than all but this printer right here. So I will say it is a direct competitor to the Elegoo Jupiter. So it is not a Jupiter. It's not that. I will tell you that right now. I don't think I will partner up with Elegoo um, anytime soon. So at least not on a brand new printer. I don't have the views. I'm not as well known as some people. They have a very good marketing strategy, much like Creality does, where it really takes a lot to get into their organization to get to review printers and everything. So, if anything, I'll probably end up buying a Jupiter just to review it, but that's about the only way that I would get another Elegoo printer because I had a Mars, I had a Saturn, which was an absolute disaster, which just left a bad taste in my mouth after that. And then, yeah, I might get a Jupiter just because I know a lot of people ask about it. It is a little steep in the price range because I mean, for almost $800 more, you can get a printer that's far superior to it in size and in resolution. So, like, you can't you can't really beat the Sonic Mega right now. It is the largest build volume with the highest resolution. So, um, but like I said, it is built a little bit on the cheaper side, but that's the trade off you have to get. So. I'm getting from I'm getting from Creality Scanner soon. Cool. I still haven't unboxed mine. In fact, I should probably do it on a live stream tonight. I just like I want to set up things and I just can't. I don't have the time frame to do it. That's my biggest issue. Let's see. Yeah, I love when people send out for that. What sort of things have I been printing lately? Well, that's actually a very good question. And I have a bunch of things that I need to put together. So I have, I don't even know what I did with it. Where did I put that? I just had it like not too long ago. Oh, there it is. So I'm kind of in the process of doing this Jeep. It's okay, I can talk. Jeepers Creepers truck. I have to finish this up. I have to fill in some spots a little bit here and there, and then just kind of smooth it down because, as you can see, it's kind of bubbly, so it doesn't look too pretty right now. And then spray that down with some white paint. I did some busts. I think I showed this off to you guys a little bit. This is on the Sonic Mega 8K, just to kind of show off some of the detail. You can see like the pitting in his face and everything, like real crazy high detail stuff. I printed a little tiny moon. And if I shine a light inside there, it should shine through. I haven't tried it yet. I was still trying to get all of the supports on the inside out of it. Another miniature that I did on the Sonic Mini 8K. This is from Dark Gods. So really, really cool guy. He makes some really interesting, like Mad Max style miniatures, in my opinion. I also have a larger one that I need to still piece together. That's his torso, but it's kind of like gothic, crazy looking thing. But really, really cool stuff. I printed off a Superman key today. Well, technically yesterday. I took it off the build plate, and I realized that I'm either over curing or the slicer that I used to slice the file um, somehow molded the supports together because taking off the supports, I cracked it in half. So, is the new printer a well-known brand? Wow, you guys are really fishing, huh? Yes, it is. Yes, it is a very, very well-known brand. Everybody knows it. Um, so, but yeah, I can't really leak anything. But soon enough. I've already done an unboxing. I know. I do a live unboxing. It was just kind of weird talking to myself doing a live unboxing. But I wanted to do the whole unboxing experience, but I was told that I had to keep it hush hush. So I was like, all right, let's try and do this because what I wanted to try and do is jump on the game. So when it's finally announced, I can basically have stuff out there to say, yes, this printer works, and these are the prints that come off of it. This is what's good about it. This is what's bad about it. And that way people know right out of the gate, like, this is what's happening. So, um, but I'm already working with people on separate projects to that. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. I had my first test print off of it, and then I tried doing something custom with it, and it didn't really turn out the way that I wanted to, which that's fine. It was just something that I was like, let's try and modify the file name to get it to work on certain things, and it kind of worked, but it didn't work the way that I wanted it to. So we're back to the drawing board with that. It was a long shot, but hey, I was like, you know what? What's the worst that can go wrong? I lose a little bit of resin. That's fine. Is it DLP? No, it is not. DLP. So what most people don't understand is DLP. You don't want a large resin printer for DLP. As much as it sounds like a great idea because they last a long, long time, the problem with DLP versus LCD is the fact that LCD, when you have something that is a large print that basically covers the entire build plate, or you have multiple little prints that fill up the entire build plate, they're going to can't come out the same as they would on any other printer. Basically high resolution, very well detailed, very few layer lines, or like wrinkles. Like, I don't really want to call them wrinkles, but that's kind of what they are. They're like, it's like a ringing effect that basically makes some prints have it. And I don't have any prints to even show off what I'm kind of explaining, but basically, like, it looks like it's doubling the layer, like lava almost, like lava on top of lava on top of lava. So layer on top of layer, and that's what it looks like a step basically. Um, and that gets reduced on that, and I I see that a lot with LCD versus DLP, where DLP, if you fill up the build plate or you have large models, that's usually the downfall of DLP, is that that's why they're so small of a printer and why they cost so much money, because you're spending all the money on the technology, but the problem is you're limited to the space that your technology is. Now there is Pico DLP, which is out there that any Cubic has, but as far as I've seen, it's not been a very good user user show off. So where are the tacos on Taco Tuesday, Matt? I'm actually not having tacos today, but I did have tacos the other day, so I think I'm good. We're actually cooking some corned beef right now, so that'll be good. The patriarchy doesn't know what a mistake is. I have no idea what that means, but sure. What's up, Joseph? How's it going, man? Did like Facebook just kick that out? I wonder. I'm not even smart enough to know what a patriarchy is, and at least like the full on legitimacy of what patriarchy is. And I'm too dumb to look it up. So hey, buddy, all good here. Good to hear. Corned beef sounds good. Yeah, that's like one of my things. My one food that no matter how much there is of it, I will literally eat that all day long. I absolutely love corned beef. What's up, Mr. Chambers? How's it going? Speaking of which, I should really set up a couple prints on these printers, but since I have everybody on live and I can't really show off the printer behind me, I can't really do that. I guess I could kind of take off the build plate of it, or I can take the cover off and I can put some tape over it. That might be good enough. You guys wouldn't know what it is. Does it really? No, you wouldn't know. So maybe I should try and find some tape and put it over so I can utilize it. So if you guys did or did not know, well, most of you guys probably don't know, is I put in my, well, technically a week notice at my job. Um, Basically, I I wanted a higher end position. It was available, but it's the fact that I just have to go through the corporate ladder, and they already denied me the position that was below that, to give it to somebody who has no operations experience whatsoever. The only thing that he had over me was years of experience at the company. That's fine. But when I have the person who is supposed to be my boss, um, who got the job over me, constantly asked me, "Hey, is this okay to do? Is that okay to do? should you want me? Can you double check this for me and make sure this is good before I send it out? Like that right there is just kind of funny to me. But hey, I'll help him out. It's no problem. But then like I said, I applied for a higher position than that, which is basically the warehouse manager position, and it it got denied because, like I said, I need to go from supervisor to assistant manager to a manager, and so I understand that, but it's just like you guys could probably change some things around to make that happen because I'm more than qualified for it. Everybody knows I am. And so they didn't do that. So I basically decided, all right, let's go find another job. And I found one, and a couple things is it's a much better job in terms of pay. Um, Definitely weird hours, but the other biggest thing is it's only 10 minutes away from the house. I haven't had a job that close in a long time since I was probably okay, so probably like 20 years ago. So, um, so that's what's nice. So, what's up, Carl? How's it going? Never let them know or teach them everything you know. No, absolutely not. Or if I do, I twist it in a way to where I still know what I'm doing over them. It's kind of something I've always kept in my pocket to where I'll teach you the way that I think you should be taught, but there's a better way to do it or a more convenient way. So that way I just always, in conscience, feel like I am doing the right thing, but I'm still keeping that like ace in my pocket. So, how is the Frozen Mini 8K printing? It's printing right now, actually. It's got a model from a TikToker, uh, Kelsey 3D prints, and it's like a Spider-Man print. So we'll have to see how it goes. But so far, it's been printing beautifully. I need to put together my Nine guy because I have him from the movie Nine. I have to sand down his base a little bit because his body and his torso do not really connect up very well. Like they connect okay, but there's still a gap there you can see. So still need a little bit more sanding on that. I wish I had like a belt sander or something that I can just sit here and just grind away, but I can't really have that here. I barely have enough room as it is. So I got to put that guy together. I got to put together my Darkwing Duck, and then I also want to show off like my little Darkwing Ducks, which you guys may or may not be able to see. I've shown these off a couple times, but let's see if the camera focuses on this. Yes, that is a print. That is a 5 millimeter Darkwing Duck. So I'll try and get as close as pictures as I can for that. But yeah, it's been pretty good. I did have some issues where the Z motor did come a little bit loose, and I only noticed it because I had a print that failed, and it was the Darkwing Duck actually, and it was like smashed, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Like this thing was printing just fine. So I'm like, all right, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe it's too cold down here, whatever. So I hit print again, and I'm like, let's take a look and see what it does. And it started popping real heavily. Um, and then I noticed that the Z lead screw was like moving up and down actually. Like usually you see it just turn, and this time it was turning and going up. So I was like, okay, that's not very good. Something's loose there. So I look at it and I take it off the build plate and I move the Z, and sure enough, the whole Z moves. So I just tightened up the two screws that were on the Z motor and re-leveled it, and we were good to go. And I haven't had an issue since. So that could have been just simply that it was loose from the get-go, and finally, after a handful of prints, it just let go. Probably something that happened in shipping. I don't know. It was a simple fix, but that's definitely something I will let everybody know that hey, this was an issue. Just because full transparency type thing. But yeah, other than that, it's been printing great. Quality-wise, compared to like other prints, it's about the same in my opinion. Um, the only time you're going to see like the high details is if you have a macro lens or like really good photography skills. That's the only time you're going to see that stuff. But with the naked eye, you'll be lucky to see anything over 1080p, in my opinion, in terms of like difference in detail. So, what is your experience with wax-based resins for mold making? I've only used wax one time, and that was about a year and a half ago with Nova 3D. They had their red wax resin, and I don't even know if it was a true wax based resin, but it was definitely very strange feeling compared to other resins. So maybe it was, but I don't know if it truly is. It was called Novastan red wax resin, and it was like $90 a bottle when it first came out. And they sent me a couple bottles of it, so it was kind of nice. But yeah, I used it for a little bit, and it just seemed like it printed normally with everything else. Nothing out of the ordinary. Detail wise was maybe slightly better, but not like anything impressive. So, is the Hellet Sky comparable to the Mini 8K quality? I'd say it's about the same. Um, in my opinion, like I said, anything over 1080p, you're probably not going to notice the quality difference with the naked eye. Again, it's all about photography. If you know how to do taking of pictures and things like that, and using macro lenses and tweaking some lighting settings and things like that, okay, you could probably make the two vastly different. Absolutely, you can. But in my opinion, if you're looking at them just like from here, like this print, if I had the same one from a 4K printer, I probably wouldn't notice a major difference in it. So that's just my experience, at least from 2K to 4K. I haven't noticed anything drastically different. So going from a 4K to an 8K, uh, I doubt you'll see anything. Now, granted, the Hellet Sky is much bigger than the Mini 8K, so the Micron, I want to say that the Hellet Sky is maybe around 50. I forget. It's been a while since I looked up the specs for that. But 50, and that is 22, so that's about half the micron count of a Hellet Sky, if it is 50. Um, so, I mean, you might be able to see a little difference in some of the prints, but again, it's going to be minute. Now, in terms of size of the printer, in my opinion, the Hellet Sky is going to be a better buy. First off, it's just as good of a printer, um, and you have a bigger build volume on it. So that's just my 2 cents. They both have the integral light source on them, which I think is a move that all LCD printers should be going to in this day and age. So, Matt, have you tried the Fortis Mince work? His stuff is beyond amazing. I have not. So I'm only starting to get back into Patreon. I've been kind of going a little crazy on Patreon and just buying up models. And so I've been kind of getting into that. So I'll have to take a look at Fortis Mints or Minis, I think you mean. Um, I know I've seen his stuff around. There was one the other day that caught my eye, and it was something miniatures, and it was like dark miniatures or something like that. And he had some really cool stuff that I liked. Um, I'm really into like the Egyptian stuff. Like Loot Studios had the pirate stuff, and I got to see if I can try and get my hands on those files because that's something I would really, really want to print, like a ship or something like that. I would definitely want to print that. I did one at 5mm too. Good. Carl, I filled up the other day and only meant to think it to myself when I saw the price. Yeah, prices are insane everywhere. Um, Everything is going to go up. So for people who are already paying a ridiculous amount for gas, yeah, that's going to get reflected in the next week or so. So just because of the war that's going on, it's not anything specific to us. You're going to see it everywhere across the world. So um, I was the same. Then I got gas and electric bill for April, and I was sat in the corner of my living room crying. Yes, 100%. So we got our electricity bill about a week ago, and it was double of what it normally is. So it was, I think my wife said it was $214. Now, I haven't been printing that much lately. So these things haven't been running like they used to. And I was just like, what? Like, all we have is lights and TVs. That's about it. Like, nothing else. So Clay Cyanide Miniatures did a set of the Egyptian gods. Maybe that was the one I was looking for because somebody came out with an Egyptian setup, and I was like, "Oh, that looks really, really cool," and I wanted it. And it was like a mixture. It wasn't just Egyptian stuff. I want to say it was like the dead Egyptians, like zombie Egyptians. Um, but I might be confusing that with something I saw in cults. I'll have to see. Why is this thing? All right, so let's take a look at some of these. So Fortis minis. Let's take a look at Fortis. Was that owl? I don't know what that is. What that means. Fortis miniatures. Uh, Warhammer 40K Fortis binary campaign. Okay. Pinterest. No, I don't want Pinterest. All right, let's take a look at Facebook. See if we can find them. Does anybody have a link to them? Excuse me. That's what I get for eating spicy ramen. Now it's coming back to haunt me. Fortis Miniatures. Oh no, that's Fortress. Never mind. It's okay. I can read. Goose Minis. No, no, I don't see that. I can't find them. Clay Cyanide Miniatures Collection and Hobbies. All right, let's join that. No recommendations to show because I still need to get into the group. Uh, don't have one. Now there was one person that had miniatures out there that I really wanted to get, and I was like, I didn't want to back them. It was a Kickstarter, and it was feudal Japan, I think it was. So Yeah, the iFund printers, I've kind of had my eye on one for a while. I was going to pick up their old version, which essentially was an Anycubic photon, just kind of tinkered with and rebranded. Um, and they had those for about $150 at one point, just because they were trying to offload stock of them. And I went to go and buy it when I finally remembered to go and buy it, and sure enough, it was gone. So I was like, all right, whatever. Then they came out with the D89, and I was like, that's way too much money for a printer, especially for something like that size. Like I've been to the additive manufacturing uh, what are they called, shows? Jeez. Um, and I realized the difference between a desktop resin printer versus a dental or jewelry application. Um, okay, so maybe it is that, Kieran. Um, so yeah, I lost my train of thought. So I've realized the differences between them, but it's just like I don't have that type of money to switch from desktop hobbyist printers to a dental printer. Now, I do have a dental printer. That's the WeBox, and technically the GK1 can be considered one as well. But that's about the only two, and those are like lowest of the low in terms of dental. And I can clearly see the big difference between those printers and any other one that I've had. They work. They're workhorses. They're made to last a long time. So yeah, I'll have to take a look at that because I'm very interested in doing that. And with this new printer, I want to do some really cool miniature sets. I think I want to start getting into that a little bit, even though it's not my my forte. I think it would be kind of cool to get those people involved um, and show them, what can be 3D printed. So. Vun, FYI. I don't know what that is. So VUN, FYI. Sure. Oh, thank you. The owl. Never heard of that. All right, so let's take a look here. Uh, yeah, you know what? That might have been the one that I saw. Dang it! And I can't really look at that. That might have been one that I saw. Either way, we're gonna follow this guy. I can't follow him. What the heck? That's dumb. I don't like that. That's not fun. Let's see here. Clay, clay cyanide. What was that other one that you were talking about? 3D. Um, I can't find the other one that you suggested. Fortis. I know I've heard of Fortis. I just don't know where are they out of. See, and that's the other issue is like there's so many miniature people that I just don't know who's where and what they do because there's some people that are specific to Kickstarter, which I absolutely hate. Like I hated Patreon just because of all the crap that I went through back in the day with them, but I'll give them a second chance just because there's a lot of people on there that are going through Patreon. That's fine. I'm actually setting up I actually have it set up already, a Patreon, but I just don't know if I want to put it out there because it's like, what am I gonna put out there? Like, I don't have anything special that I talk about, that I wouldn't want to share with everybody. That's the issue that I have with trying to do something like my fellow creators do, is have those Patreons, back Kickstarters, help out Kickstarters. Is like I still have like a morality thing where I get where everybody's going through Patreon because it's stable income, but it's the fact that like what am I providing that's not content that couldn't be free? That's my biggest concern there. Now, I can definitely put it out there if people want to back it or pledge it. That's fine, but it's just more or less like you're just helping pledge to me. So that's really about all I can do because I just don't see what I can provide. Like maybe do giveaways, but that's about the only other thing. And really, that's not really a giveaway. It's kind of more or less a raffle at that point. So it kind of defeats the purpose of that. So uh, he and Jeff Hex 3D are the ones who inspired me to start modeling. Okay, I'll have to take a look at him and see. Is he on like Patreon or is it um, or what? But let me know. I gotta get with Hex 3D too because they got some cool stuff every now and then that I like. But I need to I gotta have some ins with somebody. So see if I can get a cool freebie here or there. Yes, yes, I'm trying to pull strings. What upcoming products are you interested in? The new AnyCubic line, I just saw they're announcing a ton of new printers. I am a little concerned because their current printers on the market basically would mean that they're going to take a hit. I'm not sure why the name change on the resin printers, it looks like. They're now naming them the M3 models, which I don't know why, but that's just very odd to me. Um, why not just keep it going with the mono line? Seems like they're very successful on it, so that's just really weird. The Cobra name, from what I'm hearing from various sources, is basically they're going to be replacements for the Anycubic, the smaller one. I don't even know the name of it, and I always forget about it. But basically, it's the Ender 3 comparative to it. Um, and then they have the Chiron replacement, which is the Cobra XL or whatever it is. I literally just saw the post the other day about it. Yeah, so I don't know. It's called the Anycubic Photon M3 Pro Plus and Max. So I don't know, but yeah, the Viper XL might have been an okay name, but that's still kind of like you're kind of grasping at straws here. Like give it its own name. Like you could have just did a Chiron 2.0 or Chiron 2, something like that. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Considering you guys have a pretty good reputation out there. And as far as I know, everybody has an issue with Anycubic and their customer service, and I know they're trying real hard to work on that, especially Spring. I know she's been kind of trying to spearhead that and get it corrected. I don't know if it's working or not, but that would be nice to see because I know that's like the biggest downfall of Anycubic is their customer service. Now, for me personally, I'm on a different customer service level. It's more like company reactions, person to person. So I can't really touch on that subject on a personal level because mine's completely different because I have ins with Anycubic. Um, so we'll have to see, but that's one I'm excited for. They they did post up about the M3, and somebody found some information on a French website about the M3 Max, I believe it was. And that looks like it's going to be the direct competition for the Elegoo Jupiter. But it's going to be, they basically one up to Jupiter in every way. Um, so what they did is they went out, they got a bigger screen, higher resolution, um, a bigger build volume from what I read, and um, that's really it that I remember reading. I don't remember if it had like Wi-Fi or Ethernet or anything like that. But the other thing that I'm hearing rumors of is they're trying to be like Creality in the Hellet series, where they are trying to do like web-based setups, which is great in thought. But there's a lot of things that can go bad with that, and that's my concern when it comes down to um, getting getting that type of stuff ready for resin printing. Whereas FDM, it's a little more easier. If something fails, you're not destroying the entire machine most likely. You might destroy a little bit of a hot end, but you can just melt that stuff off. Whereas a resin printer, if there's something that fails and it crashes into the screen, goodbye screen, goodbye printer, fab sheet, all kinds of stuff. So um, I need a bigger resin printer than a Mono SE. Is good but too small. It is very small. So um, yeah, the Mono SE is a nice machine. It's a tout back to the original Photon, which that's one of the things that I was like, this is awesome because it's everything that I would want out of a new Photon. That's exactly what it was. So I was really happy to see it, and I never got my hands on one. I've been trying to fight with Anycubic to try and get me a printer, but it's like they got me the Viper. You guys see it right there. They got me the Viper a while ago, and that was like it's been crickets ever since. So I'm just like, all right. They touched on maybe getting me a Mono X6K, but that was the last I heard about it. So I'm not holding my breath. If they do it, they do it. They don't, they don't. It's not the end of the world. It would just be nice to have another Anycubic printer in my hands again, because I haven't had a resin Anycubic printer in probably 2 years now, maybe a year and a half. No, it'd probably be 2 years. So it's been a while. And I kind of genuinely liked Anycubic. But other than that, there's not really much out there in terms of like new stuff that's coming out. Like I see a lot of belt printers coming out on the market. There's Tic Tac. There's the guy from Brazil that basically takes the Ender 3 and converts it. I mean, Tic Tac's the same way. But those are two ones that, I'm kind of like looking into, but I don't know if I want to go down that road. Um, and then there's the Voron, which I'd like to get my hands on a big Voron. That would be really cool. But I'm just concerned because that would probably replace the Anycubic Viper. But I mean, it is what it is. If I can get my hands on a Voron and it's far superior to most machines out there, okay, well then I'm gonna end up replacing the Viper. As much as I hate to, that's a really nice machine. But other than that, there's everything else that's coming out right now is basically reiterations of another printer. The Mingda Magician X, which is right there, that came out. That's basically an upgraded Focus Odin. Then there is the Ender 3 S1. That's basically the same machine. They're all built off the same platform. I'm pretty sure once uh, the Anycubic Cobra, was it, comes out, that'll basically this be the same machine. Like, seems like there's one place manufacturing for everybody, and they're just rebranding, which that's typical of China. So, but as of late, there's nothing vastly crazy coming out in the market that I see coming. Um, some people are trying to edge their way into the resin market, but it's still a long shot for that. So, web-based doesn't seem secure. I would worry about incurred monthly fees and or losing my designs. That's one of the issues I have with the Creality one, because you waive your rights to give them everything. So offline is secure and safe. My thinking is don't update or change my work environment if it is good already. I agree. There's no need to change it. That sounds like the wife and kids are home. So we might be cutting this short in a little bit. Plus, we're probably going to be having dinner in a little bit. So yeah, that's really about it. There's nothing spectacular that anybody's really doing right now. So, what's up, Rorik? How's it going, man? Long time no see. And no, I have not gotten to your buttons yet. I'm just terrible. Let's just call it that. I am lazy at the highest level. Clay Simon. Okay, so there we go. Wow, that's a really cool one. That's like Atlantis. That's really cool. I like that. All right, bud. Thanks for stopping in. Always here to chat. What, did you lock yourself out? $861 Patreoners. Let's see what we got here. Blacksmiths, artificers, commercial crafters, master crafters. Interesting.
Hi.
Hi. What is that?
Corned beef.
You got more?
Got more.
Oh. Yeah, no, I need to get to it at some point, but I'm just so backed up with everything. Why don't you feed the cat? And then you can feed the puppers. Basement dash.
Have you printed the other?
I did. One failed.
I mean the other types of stuff.
No, I'm going to tonight.
Okay.
But those are for your friends.
Okay. Good.
Okay, good. Yes? Ain't nobody want to see you. Bye. You fed the cat, right?
Yeah.
All right, feed the puppies. So yes, that's my other half. My half wing. All right, so let's take a look here. So we have. Don't think I can see what their posts are about. Let me see if I can jump in here somehow. We will send the throwback pack. How often you swap your IPA in your wash station? So that's something that everybody always asks me. So as you can see here, I have a little bucket. It's filled with a little bit of denatured alcohol. I don't use IPA anymore. I haven't for probably about 2 years now, since the pandemic, basically. I switched over to denatured because it's a far superior clean. But I do a pre-wash with one of these little buckets, and you can use any any container you want. Denatured alcohol will not break down the plastics. At least I don't think so, because this is, I mean, this is kind of a thicker plastic, but it still holds up. But anyway, I usually do a pre-wash, and then I'll throw them into the basket and then dump them in here. This one I need to change. So because something happened. I was like trying to filter something, and I used a paper filter, and it literally destroyed the paper filter as I was using it. So there's always been like remnants of paper in there, and now I just realized all these prints that I have right here, they need to go back in for another wash. But I need to swap that out. So I need to go tomorrow or maybe sometime tonight, grab another thing of denatured alcohol, which I'm sure will be like $25 now. Usually 15, but with everything going on in the world, um, grab another bottle, maybe two, just so I can fill that back up. I'll take that out, fill this jug, and this will be my pre-wash jug. And that's basically what I do to salvage that. But yeah, that's probably been in there for at least 6 months, maybe longer, since I had my accident, since it jumped in my face. So whenever that was. Yeah. So what the pre-wash does is it will take care of all of the like loose resin that's on the model, and you just swish it around for like a minute or two. Doesn't matter. You don't have to do that. You can use a brush if you want, get most of it off, and then finally rinse it in the actual vat. And then what I do is if I want to salvage this, I'll just, because this is all garbage right now. You can clearly see it. Um, this has got all a bunch of crap in it. So I'll take the filter and I'll filter it out, and it'll just go right back into there. So it'll be bad wash, but the thing is it's a pre-wash, so I don't care how bad it is as long as it doesn't have chunks in it. So, right? You good? You
What's
lost?
a garbage can?
Yes, it's up in the ceiling, Nick.
Upstairs, but where's the garbage can?
Look around. Look around. Look around. Still can't find a garbage can, huh? Wow.
Wow.
Oh, you found it.
Are we here?
You know there is another garbage can right there, right? I'll give it a go. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing for a little while. Somebody suggested it once, and I was like, that's genius. Like here I am having, and this was back when I had the smaller wash and cure station. So what this one takes 8,500 milliliters. I think the old one took like maybe 6,000, if that, maybe 5,500. It definitely wasn't as much. Um, and somebody suggests that to me because they're like, "Oh, why do you keep doing that? You gotta keep draining it and washing it and everything like that." I'm like, did what? That is not Coke. That is water. Oh, that's because it's literally ice. All right. That would explain why. All right. Yeah. So we'll follow these guys. Clay cyanide. Um, they look kind of cool. Oh, there we go. There's their posts. Okay. Iberan. These are very, very interesting. Here, let's get these boys on the screen here. Share screen, share screen, share screen, share screen. All right, so let's take a look here. So we have some really, really cool prints here. Like that one's kind of cool. It's a different take on the Headless Horseman. That's kind of cool. That's like Cthulhu almost. As a thought. Sure. Baba Yaga's hut. That's really cool. I would hope that's in separate pieces so you can resin print that. That would be really cool. Let's see what else they got there. That one's all right. That's awesome. That is an awesome model. I totally want just that model right there. I'm good. I'm sold on that. That one's all right. That one's okay. That one reminds me of Shiba. That one's not too bad. Yowrai. Looks like something out of Studio Ghibli. Miss Klaus. Not sure that one's okay. Oni Demon. Eh, yeah, that one's okay. Like I'm kind of big in dragons, but not. That one's all right. That one's kind of cool. Kind of has like an alien type setup on it with uh, Kraken type thing. That one's kind of cool. That's awesome. Sphinx. Oh yeah. Spirit of Pride. Uranus. Vermilion Bird. Ymir. Zombie Dragon, huh? That's interesting. Not too bad. That's a nice little pack they got there. That's February. Oh, here's March, which is hybrid. So it's not too bad. Yeah, it's got a kind of Wonder Woman type setup there. Black Ring Sorcerer. Okay, that's not bad. It's different poses. Conan, the Barbarian. Witchfinders. Those guys are kind of cool looking. They remind me of the Unga Bunga guys from oh god, Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, these ones are. This set is okay. Eh, cool poses for sure. I'm just kind of so on it. That one's all right. All in all, I'd say that set is okay. Maybe a couple of them out of there. This one's really really nice. I like this one. Let's take a look at this one. Or did we already look at that? No, that's the same one. Or maybe not. Hold on. No, we did. Okay. So we have like the Seven Dwarves type thing. This is like Lord of the Rings type stuff. That one's okay. Free gift. Maybe I'll have to try and reach out to these guys and see if I can do. I can get some older models. So yeah, that the Sphinx one, the one was really awesome. I think Fortis has 80 models when you join. Wow, that's a lot. We already saw that. Where's that supposed to go? It's gonna melt. Let's see. Oh, these ones look kind of cool. That guy looks really awesome. That's going to be hell to print up. You know, this model reminds me of John. I was going to say John Wick, but it's not John Wick. God, what is the name of the movie? He played Gambit. It was a Disney movie, and it flopped terribly. It was like he like went to Mars, and I thought it was an okay movie, but everybody else didn't like it. But it was like John something. But that's what this reminds me of. Not bad. This reminds me of the Dark God setup. Mystery Babylon.
Fortis 80 models.
Yeah, this one, I think I might have to get this model because this one's really, really cool. This kind of reminds me of like the Matrix, the pods that come after you, like as if it was real life and not technological, like the real monster. Like they were based off of that. The Baba Yaga side, yeah, that one was okay. So, but Death was really cool. I definitely want to get that one. So, let's see this setup here. Kind of like Zelda on steroids a little bit. Skull Hunters, the Exterminators. So yeah, so far those are pretty good. I think we'll have to join that and download some Patreon things. I've requested to join their group, but I don't think that'll happen. David is okay. So maybe we'll reach out to them. Fortis Mint. There they are. Let's take a look at these guys. Select the membership. Oh, that is awesome. What the hell is that? I want whatever that is. Ooh, that's sweet. I was always a ninja guy, but I mean, you can't beat a good samurai bust. What is that? Abyss Watcher. That guy is awesome looking. Reminds me of the Shredder. John Carter. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, that guy looks pretty cool. I don't care for the bust. I want that. I want the whole model. I'm not a big bust person. Like, yeah. Ooh, that is awesome. Diablo bust. Nah, that's okay.
Nick says he wants to go out tomorrow for his birthday.
Okay. Yes, I'm live streaming.
He wants to go to the Yokio thing. Or, no, whatever it's called.
The what?
He said he wanted to go see Junior again.
Oh.
No, not with those guys.
Hell no. Not unless he wants to pay.
And then he said 257. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Nope. Ooh, Darth Maul. Boba Fett?
I've got to tell you to cover them, so
Oh,
we'll see how they are.
great.
Sorry, that was my bad.
Everybody's all about the Headless Horseman. Ah, there we go. Pete Vankman. Ooh, Terror Dog. Count Dracula. Wow, that one's cool. This is like a Metal Gear Solid type thing. Wow, I dig that. And of course, the one I want to try and find is probably a locked one, right? Legend. Venom. How's your baby? I haven't even got to it yet, dude. It has been a fun week. Cthulhu. Dang it, I don't see that one. Frodo Baggins and Nazgul. That's cool. Nazgul one. Oh, you know what? That might be why that guy looks familiar. That might be Saruman. No, it's not. Just kind of looks like him. Yeah, I gotta make some room because that printer is ridiculously huge, and I don't really have room to set up a printer that big. So I gotta switch around some things to even work on it because 500 by 500 by 500 is a ridiculous printer. So, but yeah, we're gonna follow them. I'm gonna get in touch with Fortis tonight, see about that model for sure. The peppermint, the mint, and mint partners. That's awesome. Yeah, I came across another person like that, where like all their previous stuff was on Cults 3D. So, all right, 3D Mechanics, thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, yeah, I gotta look through. Let's actually go to was it Cults or I think it was Cults. Yeah. Yes, you can. An articulated starfish. Ba, 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 ba. That is an awesome model. Anubis. You can make some awesome things with it, though. Feel free to do as big as printing you want on it. Once you get it running, working, and printing, that is, just let me know what I owe you. And we chatted a while ago. It really should not be a lot to fix and make work. Well, we'll have to see about that one. You know. Ooh, Stargate. I thought I downloaded one of these models. Right now, we're just kind of talking about models. So I'm gonna pop off here in a little bit because it's gonna be close to dinner time. We might end up grabbing this guy. This is very subtle and not like overdone. Why can't I view that picture? Maybe because it's the same as that. It's slightly different. Slightly different. Either way. All right. Speaking of dinner time, gotta go cook for me and the woman. Have a good night. Catch up soon. All right, Samuel. Have a good one, man. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We've been on here for about an hour and a half, so I think that's good enough. I thank you guys all for stopping in, though, and chit chatting. It's been fun, even though it hasn't been. What's up, Yurdy? How goes it, man? I didn't see you there. I saw your resin print made it to Brit in pieces. I take it you printed on that if you're even still here. No tacos. I'm leaving. Yeah, no tacos today. I know, and it's Tuesday. Blasphemy. What's wrong? But that's fine. We're gonna get out of here in a second because I'm getting a little tired and it's almost dinner time. So maybe try and get a nap in. Yes, I guess you already left. All right. Well, either way, that's pretty much it, guys. I thank you all for stopping in and chit chatting. Until next time, happy printing.